Hello and welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 182. Wondertouch69. Alright! In this week's episode, we get it done in one.
Yeah!
JfG Ash builds Netflix. JfG Alex gets his quiz on.
Winner!
There's a buttload of news.
Yeah, there is.
And finally, we've got Games for Gold and PS Plus.
Hello and welcome to the JfG podcast.
You had to think about that one, didn't you?
I did. It's every week now. I don't know what's... Hello and welcome to the JfG podcast. This is episode 182. My name is Alex and I'm joined as ever by my very good friend Ash. Hello, buddy. How you doing there? You alright?
Yeah. Feeling good on a Wednesday. Yeah.
Woo!
Sparkling thoughts give me the hope to go on, buddy. Let's hope it doesn't fuck up this week. Yeah.
Well,
I can only apologise for last week. That happened. I feel like I was very tired by the end of that weekend. Shit happens, buddy.
I think it came out alright considering, buddy. It was
considering we didn't finish till gone midnight. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Hoping for...
We're like old farts now, so it's difficult to sustain it after that.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, definitely. Unless I'm really pissed and then I'm just tired and drunk.
Yep.
Yeah. But hey.
Can happen.
Let me tell you what I've been up to this week, buddy.
Fucking go on.
That's not a lot. I did a lot of driving to Kent and back. That was fun. The driving was not fun, but being there was fun. We met up this week, buddy, at some sort of party soiree thing. There was a piñata.
I don't remember any of this.
Not full of dildos, buddy. I was a bit upset by that.
No, it was a great time we had.
No, it was fantastic. Copious amounts of alcohol was consumed from jam
Lots
jars.
Lots of homebrew.
Yeah,
from jam jars in a garage.
Yeah, in a garage.
That's how we do it in the UK, buddies. That was a fucking cool party.
Yeah, man, it was. It was loads of fun, and that beer was fucking amazing. So good.
Gibbons, as you well know, I provided my gigantic soundbar that I piked off my old job for the party, and I was rewarded when I went to pick it up with a cheeky little crate of homebrews that Funk had made for me.
Well,
so I've got beautiful, buddy. I got game night sorted.
He's settling in a
box over there.
Yeah, they're just taking it easy, are they?
Yeah, draft-free zone.
Nice.
I've got them over there with a collection of arts and craft materials.
Any correlation between the two? Is something
not remotely
arts
related.
and crafting going to happen while you're drinking them?
I'm working on a secret project, buddy.
Oh.
It's not especially secret, but
secret squirrel.
It's not ready to be out in the wild yet. But
okay.
I'm kind of working on a game concept at the moment.
What?
Yeah. So today I went and bought some pieces of paper and card and felt tips and some other things, so that I can kind of physically plan out exactly what I'm kind of going for here.
Nice.
So,
I like it.
I'll have a full fleshed out update on this once I patent it, buddy.
Nice.
But,
like it.
For the time being, no, they're just sort of sitting there with the booze.
Next to the booze. I mean,
yeah,
that's just a nice thought, really. You know,
might require the booze to flesh out the gameplay.
I was going to say it might have to come into play there. Oh, yeah, it was a lovely time. Incredibly shitty hotel. That was nice.
That
was...
yes, that was a cesspit.
We paid top dollar for that.
It was very, very cheap and perfectly located.
Yeah.
That's why we stayed there.
Yeah.
Even a shit hotel you don't expect to come back to after the party to find that the bathroom is completely full of water.
Wow. That's handy. That's handy.
Turns out, yes, it was all right though, buddy. It was just a huge leak in the light fitting.
Safety first.
Just dripping out of the light.
Don't worry about it. I mean,
yeah,
it's all good, buddy. You know. Oh dear, yeah, it was nice. Yeah, it was good. It took me a while to. I mean, the next day I was pretty hungover. I was playing Sunday evening raid night, and I was just like, I can't do this. I think I stuck at it for a couple of hours, and I was just like, I can't focus or do anything right now. I'm way too hungover. This is bad.
I was in the same spot, man. I was just like flumped on the sofa. Like I got my little bucket of chicken.
Nice.
From the chicken cart.
Nice.
And I was just parked there feeling pretty worse for wear. And that kind of... I sort of hung over into Monday as well, I'm going to say.
Ooh, that's a beauty.
Yeah, it's something that you can look forward to as you get older, kids.
Yeah. It's a couple of... a 2-day hangover. You push the boat out, you can go for 3 if you want.
Gibbons.
Yeah, so I obviously got over my hangover and went to work this week. Had a couple of days with no prisoners, which has been nice. So I've actually been able to start developing some shit. So I've remade Netflix. That was something that, I've done this week. I made some sort of PHP database with loads of videos. I was like, I'm going to make some kind of thing where we can catalog all these videos we've got in our media department and then access them through a web interface to show people. I was like, sweet. So I did that. That was cool.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's going all right. Still a few more bits and bobs to do. Got to get the search bar integrated, but no biggie. I'll get that shit done, but probably not because prisoners are back tomorrow, which is annoying.
Bastards.
I know. I've had such a lovely couple of days without them. It's just been pottering about on my computer.
I like pottling.
I've been pottling about on my computer. Just getting work done, stuff that I want to develop, and not having people fucking, distracting me by being massive cunts. But hey ho. That is what my job is. Yeah, buddy. So that literally not a lot for me this week. Apart from getting absolutely shit-faced with you, which was really good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. What have you been up to?
Well, that stuff that you just talked about, although I won't go through that again, that'd be really strange. So I won't talk about that, but yeah, that was really fun. I had a cracking weekend, really enjoyed it, and had my Sunday chicken as well. Incredible scenes, buddy, on Thursday at the pub quiz.
Oh, pub quiz.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Scenes. Just scenes. You don't even need incredible because it was just scenes. So we went to our normal pub quiz as we do, buddy, at the Royal Oak. It's a tremendous pub. As all of the pubs in the town have gentrified, this one's remained stoic and wood-panelled throughout.
Classic.
And it's become like a unique thing now, which is almost ridiculous, really, because it just looks like what pubs always looked like up until, 8 years ago. So, yeah, it's cool. They've got loads of great beers, and they do a fucking awesome quiz, which we've never won. We've been going for, this must have been like our 10th or something. Last month we came third, buddy. Real close.
Ooh.
Beaten out by a couple of sides, couple of teams.
This
time
wankers.
round,
yeah,
we get the. You never know what you're going to get. I had that paddy about the maths around that time, and often you get history and geography.
Yeah,
it's.
I'm terrible at those subjects, but yeah.
Bad topics. This time round, there was a 90s pop round, buddy.
Oh.
Which we joked on. We joked on that and got 9 out of 10.
Special. What one did you get wrong? Was it 2 Unlimited?
I can't remember. No, I can't remember. It was which year was the initial breakup of Take That?
Oh, not a clue. 96.
It is 96. We put 97. But the worst thing was we had 96 and then we crossed it out. Then we put 97 and we crossed that out. Then we put 96 and crossed that out and then settled on 97. And it was 96. And if we'd got that right, then we would have won the quiz immediately.
Hands down.
At the end, we would have had an extra point and we would have won it.
You needed me there for that question.
Gibbons, buddy. That would have been handy. Movies round, we got I think we got 9 out of 10 on that one as well. The only one we got wrong was, of course, the very easy question, which movie did Katharine Hepburn star in at the end of her career when she was 75, which won her an Oscar?
No idea. Home Alone.
Either. It was on Golden Pond, which every other team in the room got right because they're well old. And that's when I thought it might be our time to shine because they didn't know about 90s pop.
They didn't know about fucking 90s pop, about Take That breaking up in 96.
We get the pictures round, buddy, and it's all fucking 90s and 90s album covers. We get full marks on that.
Like it.
Even the geography round, we managed to scrape 6 out of 10 on the geography round. And ended up in a 3-way tie for first.
The trifecta.
With the 2 teams who beat us out the previous month.
Oh.
And had to answer the tiebreak question, buddy, which was how many panes of glass are there in the shard?
3.
He's gone 3, a little bit low. Anyway, yeah, we got closest. The actual answer is 12,042.
Nice. That's quite a few.
We only put 6,000, but the other teams went even lower than that, so we won the fucking quiz, buddy.
They are retarded.
Had all our drinks paid for all night, and also the posterity of winning that thing. And we'll have to go back as reigning champions next month when everyone will have forgotten that is the case.
Yeah,
but we'll still walk in like we're the fucking...
Cock of the walk.
You know,
fucking,
I'm going to have...
Mac Daddy. Pimp cane.
Have the belts, the gold belts with the leather and capes, and there's intro music.
Matching, like, fucking sports jackets and stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely, dodgeball style. We're working on it at the moment. We're not there yet, but I'll keep you posted on that.
I love it. I wish I was there.
It was very, very pleasing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, I've had like lots of mega long walks because I've been getting fat from being at home so much, and made a lasagna from scratch, including the pasta, buddy, and that was very satisfying indeed.
Nice, buddy.
It took a really long time.
I bet.
So yeah, that's me, buddy. Probably only remains for me to ask you what exactly you're drinking this evening.
Oh, buddy, I haven't actually drunk since Saturday night, which is fucking insane. Like, that's like
holy hell.
3 nights without alcohol. I'm like, I don't understand. But yeah, like, I don't really remember, but I woke up on Sunday morning with 4 cans on the table next to me, 2 of which were Diet Cokes and 2 which were 1079 Project. So I'm on the 1079 Project thanks to the Funkamo, I must say.
There you go. He provided booze for everyone.
Exactly. This week's podcast booze is donated by the Funk.
Sponsored by the Funk.
Indeed. Buddy. So yeah, I'm sipping on that. What are you on, buddy?
Well, Funk's special brews are still settling behind me. They'll be ready for game night, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, they better be.
I've gone the mega cheap and cheerful. I'm on the pint cans of Kronenberg this evening, buddy.
Oh, it's a vintage year. Whatever year. Every year's a vintage year.
It's got a picture of football and colours and so on. It's a shit beer, but it'll do the job. So there
I've had worse, buddy.
Indeed. We've all had Carling. So, yeah. So, yeah, buddy, unless you've got anything else, I suppose we should probably go and talk about what we've been playing. Do you want to kick things off this week, buddy? Obviously, we were away for the weekend, so we might be down a little bit, the pair of us, this week. But, yeah, what have you been playing?
I've been playing some Knack, my friend.
Of course he has.
Of course, I've been playing Knack, that original title that's really good. I loaded it up and it was like, what do you want? Do you want to make the frame rate better or do you want to make the graphics better? I'm like, this is a sign of a truly classy game, you know. It just, straight off the bat, you know, I was like, yeah, this is it. Great game. Yeah, obviously I went for the old frame rate there.
It chugs that thing on a standard console.
It was fine. Didn't do too bad. Yeah, just fucking played a bit of co-op with the kids and stuff because got back on Sunday at, I don't know, 3, maybe 4, and I just sat on the sofa and I was like, what are we doing? The kids were like, Knack. I'm like, fucking sweet, I'll play some Knack. So yeah, I played a bit of Knack, mate. It's a shit game. It's terrible. need to play Knack 2 to see if it got any better, really, though.
Yeah, I don't know if you really want to do that.
No, probably not. I'll give it
We've
a
got
miss.
to presume that it'll be PS Plus soon, Knack 2.
One day it will be.
In 4 years' time.
Hopefully, when the PS5's out. And shit. But
Are
yeah,
you
buddy.
finding it incredibly frustrating?
I think I've mentioned how good of a co-op game it is with kids, though. Because, like, literally, you take control of, like, the main character, and then it doesn't fucking matter what happens to the second character. Like, they go off screen, and they just pop back in a few seconds, and they're just there. It's probably one of the best, like, kid co-op games I've played, in that sense of you haven't got to wait for, like, the kids to fucking catch up with you or anything. AKA
Yeah, it takes that frustration away.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, Skylanders, where it, like,
rubber
glues
bands
you
and
in
stuff.
position
And
and
fucking
shit.
pulls you across everywhere. Oh, it's terrible, that game.
Yeah.
But that's definitely enough time spoken about Knack there. Everyone knows that game's a pile of wank.
Sure is.
So yeah, apart from that, buddy, it's just a bit Destiny 2, but I feel like, we could talk about that a bit later if you want,
Sure.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah. So yeah, what have you been playing, buddy?
Bafflingly, other than my normal stuff, GT Sport, lots of that. Really getting into that online now and getting through my rank and everything is
Nice.
cool. Pez, I've been working away, beavering away at my club team, buddy. I've picked up Mendy and Walker now on my wing back positions, so I'm pretty pleased with that.
It's a big deal.
It's obviously exciting news for everyone listening.
Hey, I played some PES this week with you. Undefeated 2019 continues.
You remain undefeated after about 15 odd games, which is unbelievable. Like,
Undefeated.
Me and Funk and Pete played last night. We played like 6 matches. We think we won 1. It was a miserable experience.
You haven't got
yeah.
the Wonder Touch of me there, though, buddy. That's the problem.
Wonder Touch. That's your middle name,
Wonder
of course.
Touch, yep. Ash,
Yep.
Wonder Touch Rag. That's me.
He's known for it. That's his thing. Yeah. You should get like a hoodie with that on the back.
Wonder
It'd be very
Touch.
cool.
Yeah.
And the number 69, obviously.
Obviously, Wonder Touch 69. Yeah.
So,
Name of the
I
podcast.
downloaded.
There we go.
Wonder Touch 69. I
It's
like
going
it.
in. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Gibbons. So we played. We'll talk shortly about Warface, stupidly named Warface, which I tried to
Warface.
play last week and it wasn't working. They've now got that up and running, so we'll talk about that in a bit. Warface.
Warface.
But it reminded us a little bit of an old shooter we used to play called Blacklight Retribution, which was a launch title on the PS4.
Gibbons. Free to play.
And free to play and pretty good. Like, felt pretty good. And we knew that the original studio had closed. But I found that they'd been bought out and there were new people in charge now. The servers had kind of been moved across and the thing was still up and running after all this time. Bearing in mind this is a game that came out
5 years ago.
5 years ago on the PS4, and I think it was in early alpha 2 years before that on the PC. So we're talking about a 2011 shooter here.
It's
ladies and
pretty
gentlemen.
special.
So yeah, this game is still pretty good.
Yeah.
To be honest, and they seem to have addressed some of those horrifying VSync screen tearing issues, which I remembered.
It was pretty special.
I remembered very, very vividly, and it was a genuinely a massive problem. I think you could toggle it at the time, but it seems to just be kind of a lot better optimized now. Biggest problem, of course, is that this is a very old game and the people that are still playing it are very, very good, and also this always had this sort of pay to win thing where you could like buy guns or rent guns for a certain period of time.
Yeah, I remember that was one of the kind of nice features on it. The fact that you could rent parts for like 24 hours with whatever currency it is you kind of earn in game. So pretty much all I would do was like rent the red dot site every time I would play that game. I was like, that's all I want. That's all I need.
And it was really nice that they had that secondary currency in there so that you can rent and therefore kind of compete with people who've pumped like hours and hours in and bought stuff that they've like got forever. The bottom line is, this is still quite a good shooter. It's still like an 8 out of 10 shooter. It plays nice, and I was surprised by the number of people that were actually playing it as well. I didn't have any trouble finding a game.
Nice.
And so
might have to pop it on game night then, buddy.
Yeah, it could be decent. It's I think all of this stems from getting a bit of a hankering after the COD beta, to be honest. I just play a bit of shooting and in a sort of arcadey kind of style, and really fancy a bit more of it. So I'm kind of filling in the void.
But luckily we've got a couple more shooter games to talk about, buddy. You know,
we certainly do,
because we love shooting.
The only other thing that I've dipped into this week, bafflingly, it was Star Trek Online.
Oh, okay. No shooting in that. Well,
there is shooting in that, yeah.
Set phasers to stun.
I've been murdering Klingons.
Nice. Fuck those guys.
But there's a war on. Yeah, so this is really old, obviously, but it's an MMO featuring lots of sort of different facets. It's had so many updates, like, quite clearly. The more recent one adds a load of like extra DS9 elements, and there's all like the full like voice acting is there.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, they've got this Age of Discovery update, which is like a sort of kind of a big old overhaul, and it's got sort of multi-parts to it, kind of different adventures and missions and so on. I didn't really know very much about this. I thought when it launched that this game was basically just like top-down space combat kind of thing, like an old school kind of 3D space shooter where you kind of control it.
It's like a third-person thing, isn't it?
Like a space shooter.
Yeah,
well, it's also got all of this like standard MMO fare, the third-person fare, as you say. So I made my character, Alejandro Tiberius Parchiola, who serves aboard, his first officer aboard the USS Batty Chap, buddy. So it's pretty important. And no, the film didn't pick any of that up. He was happy with that.
It's fine with that, yeah.
You just got to be inventive with your bad language and stupidness. It's important. So yeah, it's an MMO, and it's quite cool because it's fully licensed and in the Star Trek universe, but it's also ropey as fuck because it's mega old.
Yeah.
But you've got your sort of bar along the bottom with, different powers on different face buttons. You can hit left to bring up your tricorder, and it brings up like a circle and shows you kind of where you're supposed to be going. I did a holodeck training mission where I shot some Klingons, and then I got in a shuttle, took off and everything from San Francisco up to the USS Batty Chap, and yeah, it's quite cool. Like there's proper RPG elements with dialogue trees and stuff as you're playing through it, but also I guess I'm at the point where I'm going to kind of get out into the big wide world and get battered by other people online.
So
I would imagine.
You still feel like you're going to play more of this game?
I am going to play more of this game. I feel that I'm going to play this game one more time.
At minimum.
Yeah. It's an MMO, and I'm not mega into that sort of thing.
You're not, buddy.
But I do like the atmosphere it's created, and I think they've done a pretty good job of that. And obviously it looks pretty well supported, this, from considering how old it is. Well, loads of people still playing it.
So far this week, we've spoken about 3 games that have been out for a very long time.
It's true.
Which is good. I feel like that might be some kind of, reason, or the reason being that is because of the release windows at the moment, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there's been I think what's happened really is we've decided not to pull the trigger at full price on a lot of titles.
That is true. That is true, because F1 we probably would have got that. Maybe SpiderMan. Who knows?
Yep, both of those we probably would have pulled the trigger on. And so the fact that we haven't actually... Pez was the last new game we bought. I suppose Forsaken, although it's not really a game,
is it? Yeah.
And yeah, I think we're probably in a little drought of our own creation between Forsaken and Red Dead at this point. So
it's Red Dead. That's what I'm fucking waiting for.
I'm so excited for that.
So I've got a massive hard on for it right now.
Yeah, man. And so's the missus as well. Like, we're going to play all the way through that thing together, and it's going to be fucking sweet as the punch.
Yeah, man. It'll be
and then,
delicious.
I'd imagine in that opening month we'll finish that thing, and then they'll launch the online service, and then we can jump in on that on a game night. It's pretty exciting.
I'm going to hog tie you. That's what I'm going to do.
Did you see my tweet to Rockstar this week?
No, which one was that?
They tweeted out this fucking really long tweet saying Red Dead Redemption 2 online will feature over 19 different breeds of horses and 250 different species of animals and blah 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 blah. JfG podcast account replies, "Thank God for that. Thank God, because if there'd only been 15 breeds of horses, buddy, then you can
hell
fuck
to
off.
pay, son.
Yeah,
Hey,
take your Wild West experience and shove it up your ass.
Any news article that I read or I see, I say read, I mean read through the highlights of the news. It's just always about the fucking horse testicles, like shrinking and expanding in the different weather temperature. I'm like, I really don't care.
I don't really understand most of the coverage. There's a suspicious amount of coverage that Red Dead Redemption 2 is getting from major news publications. Every day there's a new story about 3 tiny facts about the game. Now, presumably Rockstar are drip feeding these press releases. And
obviously.
That makes sense. But if you were a legitimate publication that had some fucking self-respect, then you wouldn't post a new article every time Rockstar emailed you. But
you got to get them hits up, buddy. That's why we're talking about it right now, so people get interested in it. Yeah.
And that's fine, and you can do that, but don't also pretend to be legitimate journalists, because you're not. You're just fucking cash cows for advertising.
I could do that.
There you go. Set your stall out. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to write hard-hitting opinion pieces, and then you're also going to release something about horse testicles every day, then every time Rockstar send you an email going, by the way, there's 4 different species of bunny rabbit and they can breed to create other species. Actually, that is quite interesting, buddy, and also not true. But
shame.
Yeah, just
so you can have sex with the rabbits, you're saying?
I'm just saying, publications like Kotaku and Polygon take themselves very seriously, and also post articles every day about fucking cape designs from Marvel IPs and stuff.
See, I can get behind that. I mean, if they did wrestling as well, I'd be on board.
Just make a decision.
Can they do wrestling?
I think they do. They do wrestling because, as you know, buddy, everyone who likes video games also likes wrestling.
And superheroes.
And superheroes as well, and comics.
Maybe that's why SpiderMan sold so well.
It could well be.
He does a bit of wrestling, he gets involved, he is a superhero, and...
That's true.
That is a video game.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
There it is, trifecta there, mate. Once again. Nailed it.
That's probably it. That could be the one.
There you go. I hope your game that you're making's about wrestling, superheroes, and video games. Because I'll buy it right now.
It doesn't actually tick any of those boxes, unfortunately, buddy.
Fuck that game.
It's therefore I'm on a hiding to nothing, probably. But what can you say? What can you say?
Fucked it.
Absolutely ballsed it. So yeah, I just went on a minor tirade there against mainstream games media for some reason. Anyway,
it's fine. Doesn't matter.
2 things we've been playing this week.
Warface.
Warface. Let's talk about Warface. This is a new free-to-play game. It launched this time last week and didn't work at all. I think they underestimated the interest. Might also have something to do with the release schedule, the fact that loads of people wanted to play this free-to-play shooter, but it didn't work.
It didn't work.
They had it up and running by Friday, I think it was, because we played on game night. And what do you make of this? It's like a slow Call of Duty, I suppose. Probably more Battlefield-y.
I struggled with this game. So I'm trying to think, like, what we started off with doing some kind of like campaign co-op mission of
so it's got
5 people.
It's got a selection of online modes, and some of them are just co-op modes like PvE, and then there's a load of PvP modes as well. But for some reason, at least in this beta version, the team deathmatch would only let me invite up to 2 people rather than 3 people.
Which makes sense, you know. That's fine. Probably taking
really understand.
A book out of Destiny's chapter there, you know, or a chapter out of Destiny's book with the 3-man fire team. I respect that.
You're joining a team that's like 10v10, so why can't you bring 3 people with you?
Well, why can't you bring 4?
But more bafflingly, you could bring 3 into, or 4 into free-for-all mode. So you can all come in as long as you're not on the same team.
Yeah, just don't be on the same. Yeah, it's too much of an advantage, I guess. Because,
I suppose.
Well, anyway, talking about like the free for all that we we got in together. It was awful. I found. I mean, it was a incredibly small map.
With loads of people on it.
Yeah, with loads of people. So small that, you know, if you're taking it cautiously, I would say, kind of like Rainbow, you wouldn't be running around like a massive dickhead, would you? By the time you get around the corner, someone has spawned in the spawn place where you spawned. That's 3 spawns just there. And, you just get shot in the back, you know. That's what happens. And
it didn't make sense.
No, that wasn't great.
No.
Unfortunately. I found the shooting, not the shooting was fine, but the movement was odd. So I obviously immediately turned up my sensitivity up to God knows whatever. So it felt like I could turn around and shoot someone. But then when you're aiming down sight, old ADS, it's just incredibly slow. It doesn't function like a Twitch shooter at all. And you know, when you've got people running around and jumping, because you know that's what people do in shooters these days.
Yeah, given
you literally can't track them because it's moving too slowly, and I don't know. I was incredibly confused with their decision on that movement speed. It was weird.
The sliding as well, like you're walking.
Yeah, I forgot about the sliding.
Your run speed is basically the speed at which I walk in real life. But then if you do a crouch from a run, you go into the sort of standard Call of Duty like knee slide.
But it's more like a Titanfall knee slide where you like glide and you go.
It's so long, the slide. Yeah. You go like 15 feet or something, and really fast as well, like 4 times the speed of your normal movement. And the other thing I noticed about it was until you press another directional button or something, you stay down there, and you can actually just sit on the floor, like with your legs folded under your body and your body flat on your back to the ground.
I love it. Nice.
Came around a corner and there was just a dude lying like that, like some sort of like amputee corpse, just firing wildly up at the ceiling. It's bizarre.
Nice.
Really strange.
Very confusing.
So yeah, it had these PvE modes. There's missions here where you can kind of sort of sweep and clear. There were also some campaign missions which we didn't unlock. I think you need to be level 5 to access those. I'm not really sure what that's going to be like in terms of how it differs to what we were doing already.
I found those. Yeah, I kind of found them modes not really co-op at all. So you got 5 people and like loads of fucking chumbos AIs there, and I don't know. It felt like I was just running around like shooting dudes in the head. Like each enemy, I think it's as soon as someone's seen them, they have like a red outline around them. I don't understand why that's there. Video games, I guess. And I don't know, it wasn't challenging or anything at all. It just felt very feeble and half-baked.
It was like a shooting gallery, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
It almost felt like the challenge was who could get the most easy kills.
Yeah, and that's how it came to it, because like after the first time, it's like, oh, it gives you all like who's got the most kills. So I was like, fuck it, after this, I'm just going for kills. So it was just I was running up to people, shooting them, swapping out to my pistol, shooting them with that, and then running on to the next dude. Not really dying. I think I died once in the so many goes, 5 or 6 times we ran it, I think. I don't know.
But there was an enemy that was almost completely impossible to destroy alongside all of the other enemies that were completely useless. Like that
Pretty
dude
special.
with the armour on. We must have emptied up on him for 20 minutes or so.
The only place you could get him, you could shoot him, was in the base of his spine.
Yeah, and yet every time you shot at it, he turned around and shot you, and it was like a sort of... He was just windmilling by the end of it.
Yeah, it ended up like 2 of us going one side and 2 of us going the other, and he just kept turning back and forth. I was like, that's incredibly shit, really.
I think it's worth going back and looking at those Spec Ops missions just to see what they are.
Yeah, I think so. That'd be cool.
But I think by the end of the evenings playing, I think we'd identified exactly what the issue is here. The main issue, other than all the ones we've just spoken about, which is that this is quite blatantly a fucking pay-to-win game. Once we got into a team deathmatch with some people who knew what they were doing, I come around a corner and open up on someone's back, and they gradually turn around and open up on me. By this point, I've already hit them like 15 times, and they just shoot me like 3 times, and I'm dead, and it comes up with the gun they were using, and it's fucking, got like fire on it or some bullshit where they've like bought it for
and
real
then
money.
It ended up being, because the map was like so one-dimensional, it was like spawn point there, spawn point over there, like 3 lanes kind of down, like 1 down the middle, 2 down the sides. It was like, as soon as we got pushed far enough back, it was like they're just sitting on our spawn area, and we can't, like, it's not spawning us at the other end like other games would do. That we were just stuck there, and we just kept getting fucking murdered. It was terrible.
Yeah, there is absolutely no excuse for spawn camping in this day and age. Like they basically, back in like the Quake 2 days, they addressed spawn camping. That was like 1998. So, 20 years later, if your game's got spawn camping in it, you've fucked it. You've absolutely fucked it.
That's what you've done. You've made a shit game.
It's not the best, and loads of different things have addressed it over the years, whether it's COD with its really clever sort of spawning points so that no one ever kind of gets completely boned, or if you, as you say, switch it up either end, like Halo kind of did a little bit of that. Even Killzone Shadowfall had a sort of a safe zone at the end of each map that you spawn in behind, like shields, so no one can like destroy you or whatever. So yeah, just not good enough, and it's a shame because it's definitely got something. There's something I quite like here. I think it's just the shooting feels pretty satisfying, but also the pace is slow enough for like old douchebag me to kind of keep on top of, and I think that's probably why I quite enjoyed it. But worth trying out if you're into your shooters. It's free.
Give it
why
a
not?
whirl. Yeah, why
it's
not?
under 10 gig as well, so it's not even a lengthy download.
No, that's true.
Gibbons. So on to a slightly more high-end, high-budget shooter, buddy. We dipped into Destiny 2 together this week for a little while, didn't we?
Yeah, we managed to fucking speed run through Curse of Osiris, because that is fucking terrible.
Yeah,
it is the worst.
It's going to be interesting to see like how it changes, because Curse of Osiris is basically exactly what, like, as far as I was concerned, that's exactly the same as the base game. Like, that's what I thought Destiny was just room after room of similar enemies. You fucking polish them off and it lets you go through a door. Then maybe it's like, oh, the princess is in another castle kind of thing. Maybe you have to go get on your speeder and go somewhere, and then, like, I don't know. Curse of Osiris, the sort of repetition in there was oppressive, like miserable, and cutscenes were shite. So yeah, that's
one thing.
Jimmy Warmine next.
Yeah, Jimmy Warmine's next. That's one thing I did mention when we were like the cutscenes were on. I was just like, just remember how shit these are. Like, this is what they were working or they were producing at that time, and then compare that to the cutscenes of Forsaken when we get round to it. It's a hell of a different thing. Obviously with Destiny, it is running into rooms and shooting dudes over and over again. That is the game. But yeah, with Forsaken, and even with Jimmy Warmind, they made it a bit more interesting because it was a really nice new area on Mars. But with Forsaken, they switched it up by saying like, yeah, no, you're not just running from A to B, then you've got to go and find these other dudes and all over the place. Yeah, it's very cool. But yeah, Curse of Osiris, like, I'm glad we've got it done now, and you use your like spark of light or whatever it is to boost your level up now as well. So that's
it boosted me straight up to 320 or whatever.
Yeah. So anything from now on, like I said, we'll go through Jimmy Warmind. So yeah, you'll be easily fucking ready for Forsaken. You'll have some decent fucking loot by the time we get around to doing that, buddy. But yeah, really enjoyed it, buddy. Playing Destiny with you, it's always fun.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Gibbons.
It's a very satisfying shooter.
It's very good.
Yeah, but it's just as you say, like it was too much like the base game where you've got like, oh, now go and see Dick facing the fucking tower just so she can deliver one sentence to you,
and then you got to go back to where you were. It's like, fucking don't.
Busy work, just busy work all the time. Yeah, but what am I next? Looking forward to that.
Yeah, buddy, we'll get it done.
Gibbons. But yeah, unless you got anything else, buddy, we should probably move on. Got a fair bit of news this week.
News.
And now it's time for the news.
Fucking news.
Number one. Number Wang. Sony finally gives up on gating crossplay to other platforms amid overwhelming pressure from basically everyone. This is the biggest news of the week. I'm very pleased that it was today that it was announced rather than tomorrow, because that would have been fucking annoying. But yeah, Sony Interactive Entertainment boss John Codera released an incredibly wordy statement that I'm not prepared to even properly summarize. Seriously.
Mate, the best thing out of that wordy statement was, I can't remember the exact phrase, but it was something like, we're doing this to prove that PlayStation is the best place to do crossplay or something like that. It was fucking, I was like, yeah, you still got it, Sony. Well done.
Yeah, so arrogant, aren't they? Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, part of the statement, he was like, we've looked into the mechanics of it, having decided that it adds to the PlayStation experience.
Oh, yeah.
So that's big at the minute. Yeah. Crossplay will start with a Fortnite beta live right now. That's despite the fact that the game was working crossplay at launch, which Epic claimed was a slight accident, and then they turned it off.
Whoopsie.
But yeah, it was working when Fortnite launched. But hey, yeah, it's a beta now, so that's nice. Also, the whole your account is locked to PS4 if you ever play Fortnite with your account on a PS4. That ban is going to be lifted in November, so you'll be able to transfer your account, have it set up on each platform that you play Fortnite on. If you
your Epic account,
play Fortnite on,
you'll be able to play it on everything.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do,
like your phone, your tablet, your PC, your Switch, your Xbox One, your PS4.
Yep.
Just
the whole family.
You just get everyone on Fortnite at the same time. I mean, I've done it already, but that's just me.
So yeah. Elsewhere, Bethesda confirmed that Fallout 76 will not feature crossplay. They were very quick to come out with that statement.
Even though I think it was Bethesda were banging on about crossplay for Elder Scrolls Legends. The card game.
They had an absolute fucking paddy, and they threatened to not launch the game on PlayStation.
Yeah, totally. And now they're like, oh, no.
They said crossplay was integral to that game, and it wouldn't work without it. And then,
because no one's going to fucking play that game.
Yeah, that's why. So yeah, this is like big news, and I think most people kind of expected this. I don't know. I kind of was starting to think that
I didn't think it was
never going to cave.
Yeah, I thought they were just going to stick to their guns and be like, "Fuck off! Well, we don't have to do this. You're a bunch of cunts." Like, no.
And I would have respected them more had they kept that stance. But
the same. And now they're like, "Oh, go on then, fucking hell."
Yeah.
This will stop them complaining. Or maybe they're just preparing for the future. I don't know, for the next one, like the PS5 or whatever. If they're like, oh shit, like Microsoft are beating us now. At least we got that cross-play. I don't know.
It feels like, I don't know. It kind of feels like they've had a meeting. That's kind of what it sort of strikes. To me, it sort of seems like Sony have had like talks where they've been like, shit, we need to... we're getting a lot of bad press right now, we need to do something, kind of thing. Because they've got some more Sony stuff this week. Firstly, number 2, Sony confirms no plans for successor to the Vita.
What?
The console's no longer made for distribution in the West, but has still been in production in Japan, and they'll continue to produce it in Japan through 2019, at which point it will cease production worldwide. That system could have been a massive success if Sony
could have been
to support it properly.
Yeah, there was just absolutely fuck all games for it. Like, absolutely nothing.
They could have done so much with it. It had real beans, like it had
all the power.
SIM card and Wi-Fi options.
If you want to do that.
Really nice OLED screen in there as well, so you could have had like you could have pushed it as a movie streaming. Instead they took like Google Maps away and Netflix and stuff. Like it's just absolutely.
And then obviously
pathetic.
you've got to buy their, was it like proprietary, whatever that
proprietary,
that's the word. Fucking memory cards for it. The original one had some classic retarded charging thing with it. I mean, they
USB.
They rectified that with the next one, the one that I got, the 2000 version, I think it was, where I could use my phone charger for it. Well, I can't now.
By that point,
USB-C.
the momentum had gone, hadn't it? Really? Like,
oh yeah, definitely. I picked mine up for like 75, 80 quid, I think it was, in the when I got mine, and that was still quite a few years ago now. Probably like 3 or 4 years ago, I think. It was a fucking bargain anyway. But
just
no games. No games.
It was my biggest concern buying the VR was
the games,
seeing what Sony have done with peripherals and offshoots in the past.
Didn't they come out this week and said about PS4, PSVR? They're like doubling down on it. I think, didn't they say this?
Allegedly, yeah, they've said that before though, and then we get to the E3 this year. VR barely got a fucking mention, so it's
old news, buddy. No one cares.
Thankfully, there's lots of cool third parties producing interesting stuff for VR at the moment.
Indeed, there is.
Whereas the Vita was so much more of a Hail Mary where, you've got to try and get developers on board. Yeah. Whereas VR's a proven tech that's also on other platforms, so it's got a bit more of a shout. But
that's true.
Yeah, pretty annoying. The other big piece, this would have been the big piece of Sony news this week, but until they announced that they were bringing down the walls, buddy, for the old crossplay. And this is PS Now, which is a completely meaningless service that costs £13 a month, so you can play PS2 and PS3 games via live streaming services.
Stream that shit,
So they've adjusted this. Throughout September, it's going to roll out globally so that it's possible to download some games rather than just stream them all. You'll be able to download any PS4 games on the service, of which there are quite a few. They added those about 6 months ago, as well as all the PS2 classic games. You'll be able to download those as well. Downloading a game makes it playable offline, and all of its save game content goes into your usual place for all your PS4 games and so on. Although if you continue to stream games, then that still goes to some sort of different cloud storage place, which is a bit weird. But hey.
Special.
So yeah, you can play them offline. The system needs to check in weekly to verify you're still subbed to PS Now. That's fairly understandable, I think. The price is still $12.99 in the UK, which is fucking stupid and makes everything I just said pointless.
But the fact you can't download PS3 games as well. You have
for
to
some reason.
them.
I don't understand that.
The architecture or emulation's not there, I guess, for it on the PS4, whereas it's already got the PS2 emulator on the PS4.
Yeah, it probably is the reason. I just don't really understand why you couldn't set up a little PKG and send it down to the PlayStation 4 and have it as an app that allows you to run them. I don't really understand. If you're emulating it anyway, I suppose, yeah, as you say, they obviously haven't put the legwork in to get that running natively, so it has to run in their server farms.
Probably something for the future, I guess. I don't know, but
I guess
I'd say it's a step in the right direction. They still need a massive fucking catalogue of games there, and then you know the fact that Game Pass on Microsoft Xbox, you can play all their first party games like before they're even out most of the time, isn't it? Or if not, on the day it's out.
Yep, all first-party games automatically added to the service instantly.
Yeah. Right, it'd be nice if they added like all PS Plus games or previous PS Plus games to it or something like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot more work to be done here, but as I said, the fact that they released like this information this week and the cross-play information this week, kind of, it's almost as if someone's got through to them, like someone's had a meeting and been like, can we stop being cocky cunts and actually fucking consider the fact that,
they're getting to the point now where they need to start thinking about the future. So yeah, they're getting shit out there now, I guess, preparing for, well, the PS5 possibly next Christmas kind of thing.
Yeah, that does seem likely. So yeah,
Good guy, Sony.
there's your Sony news, of which there was a lot. We'll move on. This is quite a nice story considering the circumstances. A 12-year-old battling a rare form of cancer got the chance to play Fallout 76 this week. Wes from Virginia, has a form of cancer called neuroblastoma, which is an extremely rare disease. I think it was reported in the article I was reading that it affects predominantly children, and really like small amount. Like in the UK, there are 100 kids with this, basically. So that's like really fucking rare.
Yeah.
So in the past, Bethesda, they've done a lot of work with Make-A-Wish Foundation. They've opened their doors to sort of terminally ill children in the past and invited people into the studio in Maryland to try out games long time before release. Like pretty generous in that respect. But this is kind of above and beyond, really. So this kid's too ill to travel to Maryland. It's a 4.5 hour journey each way from his house. So Bethesda sent assistant director Matt Grandstaff. He drove down to this kid's home in Virginia with a copy of Fallout 76 and a special box with the power armor helmet that's going to be some sort of weird pre-order thing, signed by Todd Howard. And like stayed there all day with this kid, like playing Fallout 76.
It's very cool.
Just fucking awesome for like a massive company.
Yeah.
It's a really cool story, and the other thing that I really appreciate is Bethesda have only ever once spoken about the charity work they do to a publication. Like they don't go on about it at all. No. Nothing was posted about this by Bethesda, by Matt Grandstaff, by Todd Howard. Like it wasn't anywhere. Like you'd think that they'd try and maybe cash in on a story like that, and in the end,
you could see that happen.
At the end, the only reason that it came out was because Wes's parents did a Facebook update about it with some photos and stuff, because they've got a charity organisation and they wanted to kind of drive people to that. But
obviously, yeah.
So obviously, this kid becomes the first non-video game either media or into the business or whatever, first person on Earth to play Fallout 76, which is pretty fucking cool, I think.
Yeah, man. It's very cool. It's just nice to hear stories like this, really. It's nice.
Gibbons. Yeah, it's a good one. So next, FIFA 19 has a message about FIFA Ultimate Team coins, saying it's against the game's agreement to trade them externally and threatening bans to users who do. This is something that comes up every time you launch Ultimate Team this year. This has obviously just been put in place as a sort of, please leave us alone with our fucking loot crate fiascos.
Oh yeah,
just trying to soften the blow.
Yeah, we're not doing anything bad here, guys.
I didn't really understand how they did this coin transfer to third-party sites and so on. I didn't really understand, and I should have done really, because it's pretty obvious if you look into it. Basically, players have an agreement or whatever, so you got some dude and he's like, I'll buy bloody coins, and pays for them on PayPal or whatever, third party externally, whatever. And then the way that works is that player then puts up a card for sale to the tune of those number of coins, and the person that he's buying the coins off of
buys that
it.
player.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
they get all of the coins. That's how it works. And as such, you can kind of understand from FIFA's standpoint the fact they've got this marketplace. There's not really any way to effectively stop that from happening.
No, of course not. It's an auction site.
Yeah, like it's very, very difficult to, like, they've done tests in the past. Like, a lot of the time you've got these, like, people were using really shitty players to do it for a while, and then EA kind of were like, well, you wouldn't be doing this. So they did start handing out bans. Yeah, and then the players started using, like, special shinies or slightly higher stacked players and that sort of thing.
Yeah, try and mask it.
Yeah, maybe they'll transfer a decent player over to be the fucking cash cow kind of thing.
Yeah, the mule.
Yeah, the mule, very much so. So yeah, that's how it works. I don't see how they can prevent it.
Well, they just put a fucking cap on how many coins you can spend in the auction house. Be like, oh, maximum price like 6,000. Whatever.
Yeah, well, there is a cap, but it's very high,
like
because
90,000 or something.
Yeah, because the special cards are worth like mega money in that market. I say worth as in FIFA's own infrastructure, not actually worth anything fucking at all.
Yeah, they're not worth anything.
So yeah, no news on legal proceedings from Belgium or anyone else at this point. Still waiting for news on that. But so they're obviously trying their best to kind of smooth things over and maybe sort of put their fingers in their ears and be like, leave us alone. Meanwhile, Basketball Loot Crate Simulator NBA 2K19 is a buggy, shitty mess.
Nice. Well played.
A wealth of issues being reported, including the loss of in-game currency, i.e. you may have actually purchased in-game currency with real currency and then next time you log in it's just gone. Rather a big issue.
That's nice. That's really nice.
Progression issues, make a load of progression, level up, whatever. Next time you log in, it's gone. My favourite is games that never end at all. Sometimes the game's getting stuck in the first period and never ends. Disconnect, of course, meaning penalties.
Nice.
Other issues inside their sort of My Club mode is characters being deleted, save games disappearing. The in-game currency disappearing is probably the most important issue because you can buy those V-coins with real money. Perhaps if you have done that, it's a valuable lesson.
Do it and you'll be all right. It's fine.
But this is, 2K support team is like totally overwhelmed. Apparently some tickets sitting unaddressed for weeks after submission. There was a statement they released yesterday, I think it was, 2K, saying the average current wait on replying to new tickets is 7 to 8 days. So, it's gone very, very poorly, I think it's safe to say.
It's a bit fucking retarded, really, isn't it? For a game to come out these days and have so many fucking issues. Like, I mean, you just rattled off a few of them there, though, but all of them are absolutely, game-breaking issues. Like,
I think what we're looking at here is
stupid.
These annual franchises are just totally underdone a lot of the time, and it's the same with PES, albeit in a different fashion. The menus and everything work on PES, but the game isn't balanced properly, and you can probably point that towards just not enough time to develop the fucking thing. And the same goes with 2K,
I mean, back in the day, it was probably all right for a yearly franchise to get turned over because, it wasn't as extensive as it is now. People expect so much more from video games these days compared to back in the day because, like, you've got all that excess power. So why not fucking use it, in a way? That's a simple way of putting it, by the way.
No, it's spot on. They're just really fucking complicated. Video games are just so complicated, and it's, as you say, like, things were simpler back in the day, and it was easier to turn around a yearly franchise, and now you've got to the point where half the times the games don't work, the rest of the time they're not sufficiently different to the last one.
Exactly.
It's not cool, and kind of promotes what you've been saying for a long time, the idea of sports games being games as a service, you know, and
like every 3
new
years you
engine
have
every
a big
4 years
fucking 3-4 years you have a big fucking update, and it's like, holy shit, check this shit out, because you know, I mean, the majority of people, as we know, are absolutely retarded and spend money on absolute wank. So if you brought a game out and then just updated it like every year for like 30 quid, 40 quid, like you haven't got to go through massive drastic changes of like, God knows whatever. I mean, you can have like updates to the game, yeah, sure, like tweaks here and there to make it more fair. But yeah, like I don't know. There's always so much more expectation on a full release of a game rather than just like a massive update. So if they went down that route, I feel like they'd get a lot more like slack from people.
I think so. I mean, I wonder if one of the main reasons that they're not going down that road, certainly on the FIFA side of things, is the fact that it would be very hard to justify a squad wipe on Ultimate Team. If you
you couldn't do that. No, yeah, exactly.
And perhaps if the Loot Crate thing goes down and that's no longer a massive cash cow for them, then maybe games as a service is a thing that they would consider.
Yeah, true.
So it could just come down to that. We'll have to kind of see how things go.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, it's an interesting one. More sports news of a type, I suppose. Fans of Swiss football team BSC Young Boys protested during their weekend fixture against FC Basel in the Swiss league by throwing tennis balls and game controllers onto the pitch, forcing the ref to stop the game. They also unfurled a large banner with a pause button on it and other banners which read, "Esports are shit." So
Scheißen esports.
Clearly they aren't too keen on the idea of club funds being spent on video game football rather than actual fucking sport. I mean, Young Boys don't have an esports division, but Basel fans were complaining, and they actually do. They've got this full like esports thing.
Yeah.
Young Boys won the game 7-1, by the way, which was insane, Basel being sort of regular champions of that country. But I thought it was a bit interesting, and it also kind of made me have a bit of a think about how I feel about esports as well. And how I feel about esports is I don't give a fuck about esports.
Yeah. They can be there, yeah, sure. I don't care.
I guess. I don't believe it is a legitimate sport in the way a physical sport is, and I don't believe I ever will. And I can enjoy like racing game simulations and stuff online, but the fact that it's just some twat like me doing that, albeit much more talented with a controller or a virtual wheel, it's not the same, and it never fucking will be. Like, I genuinely couldn't give a flying fuck about any esports. Maybe it's a generational thing, perhaps. They weren't there originally, so I don't give them any credence. But I'd also be quite interested to know how our listeners feel about that. Like, I just don't care about them at all. I don't care how big they grow. I don't want a spotlight to be shone on the games industry via esports. I just think it's all a bit of a waste of time. How do you feel about all of it?
I'd put it in the same boat as something like chess.
Okay.
Like, you know, people see that as a sport, I guess. I mean, it's a battle of the minds, or, you know, strats and stuff.
Yeah.
That's like video games in a way. It's like a board game, but in video game form, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, like, fuck it. They're there. They're about. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, it is what it is, isn't it? Like, who really gives a shit? I think. No?
I think the board game analogy is pretty good. Like, imagine them playing Monopoly in the Olympics. It's like... And I know that a lot of esports are based on real world sports as well, but the biggest ones on the planet are shooters and stuff. And
yeah.
I don't care how good you are at Overwatch. And I never will. Like, I never will.
But like, it's the same as like, I couldn't give a shit about basketball. But
I respect
massive.
basketball because it's a physical activity that requires skill, determination, fitness, hand-eye. Like, it's a proper sport. I respect basketball but I don't respect any esports at all. I don't give a fuck about
I
them.
don't know. I can respect esports in that kind of sense, though. Like,
Because they train and...
yeah, there's a lot of work and stuff goes into it. Like, I mean, if we came up against some of the these esports guys, like, we would get killed. Just like if we tried to play football against, like, I don't know, fucking Beckham or whoever you want, someone that plays football for a living kind of thing. Like, we would just get absolutely murdered.
Well, we should do, because they fucking, you know...
So, on that analogy, like, I think it's fair dues.
I guess
They're
Each
the
their
best
own
at
anyway.
what they do, you know? It's like chess.
Yeah, or tiddlywinks.
Yeah, I mean, there's fucking pro tiddlywinks players, mate. You Google that shit.
All the time there's an audience for something, then it is a legitimate thing. And I'm not saying it isn't necessarily, but I thought a little while ago, like, as esports have kind of come in over the last, I don't know how long, 10 years or so, maybe
10 years or so.
The
Yeah,
international's probably the big one, like that kind of, and StarCraft tournaments and that sort of thing.
Dota.
I kind of thought over the years, as games became kind of more realistic and hardware became more powerful, games became more sort of epic, in hopefully the real sense of the word, I thought I would end up getting into esports and it would become like a mainstream thing. And I now realise that's never ever going to happen, no matter what. You're like... could there be VR crossover, maybe, because you're moving? And probably
no
not.
chance. That'd be
Probably
terrible.
not. Yeah.
Oh no, I was going to say. What was I going to say? No, it's gone. Completely gone.
Well, either way, I'd love to hear what people think of esports, whether they give a shit about them or not. I'd imagine I've got a reasonable idea of what Funk thinks about esports, buddy, but I'd love to hear from him or anyone else all the same. That'd be quite nice.
Yeah, I think it's the fact that they're there, and I couldn't give a fuck about them, but I think they should be there. I don't think they should go away.
Fair play. Yeah. As long as they've got an audience, then they will remain, I suppose. That's fair enough. A few more bits from me. Telltale has closed its doors, buddy. The amount of interest I have in Telltale games, actual software, is kind of telling based on where this news story has appeared in my news section. But there were massive layoffs earlier in the year, but not super substantial. The studio had reportedly been in trouble for some time following, a small number of layoffs earlier in the year.
Because of their shit games.
They got a shit game engine that they were like fucking vomiting games out of for the last 10 years. All of them basically the same.
Let's keep them coming.
And now they've officially closed, laying off over 275 members of staff. They released an official statement saying they'd had a tough year and had run out of time to implement the important changes that they were making to revitalise the studio.
Yeah.
But that isn't really where it all ends. They had their fingers in lots of pies, as you'd expect. I mean, they were making at least 4 things that we know of. There's probably 24, in all honesty.
More than likely.
And it was assumed that due to the fact that staff were axed with no notice or severance pay, that Telltale were declaring bankruptcy. That it got to that point.
Yeah.
And then it appears now that this isn't true. Members of the team have filed a class action lawsuit citing the WARN Act, WARN. It's an American law requiring 60 days notice should you... should a large percentage of a workforce be let go?
Over 75 people, I think it is.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I did some reading this week.
Yeah, well, so it looks like they've been wrongfully dismissed, and that's highly illegal, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. They were also, up until yesterday, despite the fact that this happened last week, everywhere was still selling the season pass for the final series of The Walking Dead. So they were flogging a season pass for a series of games that aren't coming out. Obviously,
that game's not coming out.
The first episode released, and there were more allegedly on the way.
No.
So then it kind of emerged. There's been so many weird reports. Apparently, maybe for the last 3 weeks, like they've only had like a skeleton crew of 25 people working on anything legitimate. The whole of the rest of the staff were working on stuff that they knew they weren't going to do anything with, just to keep them busy. That was a rumor that was going around. Also, weird crossover with this Minecraft story mode. Netflix wanted to make a series. So there's a rumor going around that there's still people working on that as well. It just sounds like a big old mess, and it's going to be interesting to see how NDA'd all of those staff are in terms of what we're going to hear in the coming weeks. But obviously the big one is that they're being sued for wrongfully dismissing 275 people, which... If those allegations are true, then that might be a bit of an issue for them, buddy.
Yeah, just a bit, buddy, then.
So, yeah, I mean, I've never had any real love for Telltale games. The only one that I probably gained any meaningful enjoyment out of was the Back to the Future game back in the day. That was pretty like
I played the shit. I played that game. That was good. I bought that on PS3.
It's a good game. Yeah,
it was only good because it was Back to the Future, though.
Yeah, and also it was a fresh kind of concept. It was like an updated point and click, which I quite liked.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't like story driven. As in you just watch it and press a button.
Exactly. Obviously, I don't ever like it when loads of people lose their jobs. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying,
obviously, yeah, that is.
I wasn't a fan. From the outside, it looked like they'd been fucking it for years, and it doesn't necessarily. It's not that surprising, you know, if you spread yourself that thin.
I didn't really see this happening with, like, you know, the whole release and like the shift to the new engine. I thought, oh, okay, fucking hell, they're actually going to make something now. But no, obviously not. They fucked it real good.
Gibbons, ran out of dollar, and now they're presumably saving it for all the upper management and trying to get shot of everyone on the quiet.
Gibbons, that's what I'd do.
Allegedly. We will report back about that lawsuit when we know more. But yeah, sound a bit naughty. Next, Total War Rome 2 has been review bombed on Steam over the fact that there are female generals included in the game.
Good.
There's a 10 to 15% chance that each new general you meet is a woman in Total War Rome 2.
Why is this?
It's happening because the review bombing is happening because little virgin boys were never truly held by their mothers.
Okay.
Creative Assembly, which is the team behind the game, they stand firm saying the game is working as intended, and the community team head, who is a woman, received an amazing amount of flack this week.
I'm sure.
And then eventually posting with Creative Assembly's full backing, if you don't like it, don't buy it. We don't want you to play it anyway. So
that's a fucking great statement. I love it.
It's a bold move, Colin.
Straight to the point. So fuck you guys. We'll do what you want. I can. Yeah, part of me wants to say they've got a point. Isn't Total Rome meant to be like, you know, historically correct kind of thing? I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I mean, I presume it's supposed to be historically accurate, yeah.
And then, so were there a lot of female generals?
I don't believe so.
I was never there, so I mean, I can only speculate. I don't know the true facts on the Roman Empire, unfortunately. I'm not one for history.
I'm pretty sure that the answer is no.
I'm going to go for pretty much 99%. That's a no. So I can understand if we want that realism, but fucking video games, guys. Come on. If it was like a documentary about the facts of Rome and their total warring of the second time, then yeah, I could understand that, hey, that's not historically accurate, and that is bad reporting on these documentarians' ways or whatever. But this is a video game, and just fucking whatever, who really cares if it's man, woman, alien, child? Beetle. For Beetle.
I get
whatever.
what you're saying. I mean, it's the Battlefield 1 all over
yeah,
again, isn't
exactly. You know, you're always going to have people that are like, this isn't right because it's not historically correct. But then, obviously, the majority of people are like, I'm a woman.
I mean, you're eventually playing it. You are playing a video game or on your television.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but, you know, like, what would the backlash been if it was only 1% of every new general was only a woman kind of thing? Would that have got severe backlash, or
I don't know? They can't win.
Would anyone care? Exactly, you can't win.
No one can win.
No one can win. That's what we live in these days.
I mean, time after time, you have huge, mega budget Hollywood films with black characters in mainstream roles that historically they never would have been in due to slavery and oppression. But
bringing it back,
I'm not sure anyone's is anyone legitimately saying like black actors shouldn't be allowed in movies because in history they didn't have any major roles. Because
they can only play the black roles.
You know what?
Surely.
You know what I mean?
That,
like all black actors must play slaves, maids, and butlers because those were the roles that their forefathers were in when they were fucking oppressed. Like it's pretty dumb. I get that this is slightly different. This is, no one's going to lose out on a job or whatever in a rendered RTS. But,
once again, it goes back to what we were talking about, I don't know, God knows how many episodes ago. It's funny because racism is just a fucking joke. And any kind of ism is just a fucking joke this day and age.
It's just something for dickheads to talk about.
Exactly. I hate it. It's so retarded. Just fucking get over yourselves or get on with the program or whatever. I don't even care.
And fair play to Creative Assembly for just being like...
Yeah, man. They stuck with it. They were like, no, fuck you.
Just
don't be dickheads.
Staring them
just
down. Just like, fuck them, don't buy it then. And also...
You don't want it. Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Possibly...
That is it.
Might be time to have a little look at Steam's refund policy in that I presume everyone's buying this, playing it for an hour so that they can write a Steam review and then returning it. I guess that's what's happening. Because I was under the impression that you couldn't post a Steam review unless you owned the product. So
possibly. I don't know. I've given up on Steam, mate. I gave up on it a long time ago.
There's loopholes there, I think. But either way, good shit from Creative Assembly.
Yeah, man, definitely.
A couple of other little things before I hand over to you, buddy. Dirt Rally 2.0 has been announced today. It's the follow-up to Dirt Rally. It releases on the 26th of February 2019 on PC, Xbox One and PS4, and I am mega excited for it because Dirt Rally was fucking cool. And
loves it.
Yeah, I want to see more Rallycross on there. There's all sorts. I mean, I think part of the team that were there making Dirt Rally back in the day have left since. So there'll be a few more members of the team that worked on Dirt 4 on this, which in theory might make it a tiny bit more arcadey. But, mate, it's a Codemasters racing game, and therefore I'm interested. So
he loves it.
Fucking love it. Hopefully we see some of that Paris Games Week and into the PlayStation experience and the fucking Winter Awards and all that Keighley shit we've still got to come as well. And then in other racing news, GT Sport, one of the reasons that I've been playing it loads is because it's fucking cool. But also, they keep updating it and giving me more shit, buddy, for no extra fee. And today, a new update went live, adding a whole new track, Fuji Speedway, which is awesome because I've been following Jensen Button in the Japanese Super GT series. And that's one of the tracks that they race on twice. So I watched a race on Fuji Speedway on YouTube last week, and now I can drive around it in VR, which I'm pretty pleased about.
That's pretty cool, man. That's
great.
really cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah, 9 new cars as well, including some like proper like classic 50s sports cars and stuff. It's just a class act, this thing. And I've been kind of I've been fucking about with the wheel settings to make it feel a little bit more terrifying. And just more sort of responsive and less sort of Gran Turismo-y. And I've had a little bit of joy there. It's really cool. We should definitely jump in on that when we play together sometime, because you can get into races together and stuff, and it's a blast. It's really fun. Good stuff.
I will do that with you.
It's great on the troll. Like really.
I was going to say, yeah, we had a bit of a discussion about the old wheel versus control on Gran Turismo this week, didn't we?
Yeah, well, all the pros seem to, or most of the pros seem to use the controller, or a lot of them do at least. But
because it's the real racing simulator.
Real driving simulator, yeah.
That's
and then
it,
the GT Sport like World Championships or International or something was going on. Everyone was using wheels, and half of them were using wheels, and half of them are used to using pads, but everyone had to use a wheel. There were a couple of dudes that they were forced into using steering wheels, having not really done that before. And it was quite interesting. But the general consensus online is that you can go quicker on a wheel. If you turn the assists off and master it, you can go quicker on a wheel. But the game feels like it makes more sense on a controller, because it's still got that Gran Turismo feel that the very first GT had on the PS1. So it's, in that respect, probably one of the best ones you can buy if you don't have a wheel, I would say.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So there you go. That's my incredibly lengthy and wordy news section. There's been a fair old bit this week. Lots of like actual news stories and stuff that I'm in no way qualified to report on. But I'm done now. So I think it's time for me to probably hand over to you, buddy, for my favourite section, and I'm sure the listeners as well. And that, of course, is Ash's News Favourite Things of the Week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's News Favourite Thing of the Week.
Cheers, buddy. Yeah, a few things, not many this week, because, yours, like you said, was quite lengthy. That's
it was.
What she said. Woo. Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out at some point. Apparently, it's going to have 105 gigabyte install. Clean up them hard drives. If you've only got 500 gig in your PS4, you're fucked.
Man, yeah. And when I've got 100 gig available on mine, it's like, no, it's full. So
yeah, it's full, mate.
200 gigs.
You're going to have to fucking clear that shit or get an external hard drive. One or t'other, buddy. Apparently, also, PS4 is going to get content 30 days before other people. There's all fucking talks about it not coming to PC, but then it possibly could, but it probably won't. So I don't know. When I know more about that, I'll let you know. Who knows? But it's going to be really good.
It'll come in a year and a half's time to PC, and then they'll sell it all over again.
No, Gibbons.
Yeah.
Xbox One is... soon it's going to be getting mouse and keyboard support, buddy, starting with Warframe.
Shit.
There you go. Yeah, they're coming out. They're saying, hey ho, fucking mouse and keyboard. Was it Razer, the mouse and keyboard and peripherals people that make all those things? They're teaming them up with Xbox to make some Xbox branded hardware. Something other stuff happened as well. Big whoop, who cares? There you go. Oh, what's this advertisement? Thanks. Oh, finally, buddy. I literally forgot about this one. This is my news favourite thing of this week. Police arrest a dad who sent toddler inside a prize machine to steal Nintendo console.
Okay.
So, this dad, he sends his kid in, obviously, to go and steal some Nintendo consoles. And, I think they got one. They got out of there scot-free. It was like, quids in. What's his name? It's Anthony Helinski, 34-year-old, from Lawrence, Mass. I'm guessing Massachusetts, or maybe Mass Andromeda, Mass Effect...
Yep, Mass Effect 2 or 3.
Or 3, yeah. Those places, they exist. Apparently, like, some footage of him doing it got released on, like, the news, and then loads of people kind of put his name forward, but he put himself up for arrest or whatever. He turned himself in. There you go. And there you go. Don't put your kids in vending machines to get a Switch.
Sage wisdom from an actual dad there. He knows what he's talking about.
I mean, it's probably a good idea. If you're going to do it, just knock out the cameras beforehand. And then no one fucking knows.
Just be covert.
Easy. Just think about it. If you're going to be illegal, just cover your back.
Absolutely.
And you'll be alright. So there you go, buddy. That's my new favourite things this week. Bit fucking retarded at the end, but it's always good.
I liked it. Thanks so much. That was your news. Before that, of course, was my news, buddy. And that was the news. And now it's time for Out This Week.
Let's take a look at some games coming out this week. Probably filled with microtransactions, the crazy pay-to-win mechanics. Because fuck you all. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. Buy our shit.
That's out this week.
Sure is, buddy. And we've got the subscription games this week because we've reached the end of the month. Next week's this week is the start of the month, and the new stuff. I can't believe it. We're heading into October. It's terrifying. Fucking
It's October now, nearly. Well, it will be someday.
autumn leaves on the ground. So we've got Games for Gold and PS Plus. We will start with Games for Gold, and your I think I've got these the other way. Yeah, I've got these the wrong way around. Your Xbox One games are Overcooked and Victor Vran. There you go. What do you think of that?
Overcooked's a very, very, very good game. I'd play that a lot. I don't know what Victor Vran is, so it's probably a bag of wank.
It's pretty well reviewed.
Lies.
85% Metacritic.
Ball bags. Absolute fucking shit.
It's like an action RPG. Yeah, it looks a bit like it's like a sort of Van Helsing knockoff, except as a game, it's probably much better than Van Helsing.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. It looks quite cool. It's got like a Diablo vibe to it. But yeah, those are your Xbox One games. And your 360 games are Hitman Blood Money, which is a cracking game, and Stuntman Ignition. Those are your 360s. And those are your games.
They're old.
They are very old. Stuntman Ignition, not a particularly well-respected game. Yeah, not good. Really old, yeah.
Not great.
I mean, that was like 05,
really,
I think.
Really old. I'm sorry, this Victor Vran looks fucking terrible.
He's not key.
It looks really bad. The combat is just wank.
Reviewed one on PC.
Yeah.
He's not bothered. So yeah, those are your games for gold. Overcooked, Victor Vran, Hitman Blood Money, and Stuntman Ignition. Hitman Blood Money, that's cool. And you better play that in 4K, buddy, on your Xbox One X if you had one of those.
Ooh.
That's lovely. In terms of your PS Plus games, we have got Friday the 13th for PS4, Laser League for PS4, Master Reboot is your PS3 title, The Bridge, PS3, PS4 and Vita, Rocket Birds 2, PS4 and Vita, and Read Only Memories, PS4 and Vita. So let's break this down. Master Reboot is a mega old PS3 game that we don't care about.
Yes!
Rocket Birds 2, I think I played Rocket Birds 1 on the Vita.
I think it was a PS Plus game on the Vita as well. It's
like a shitty 2D side-scroller.
Yeah, that one. Give a fuck.
Yeah. The Bridge, that looks vaguely interesting to me in its sort of RPG fashion. But again, not really going to interest many people. Read Only Memories, though, that's a sort of story game that I can get behind. I like the look of that. Friday the 13th, I think it's a bit of an odd one because that's like the second of those sorts of games they've given us in.
Was it Dead by Daylight?
That's right, yeah. So those two games are very similar, I suppose. They're in the same genre, at least, if you can call it a genre. There's maybe 4 games.
Yeah, those 4v1, like that other game, Evolve.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bigger map. This actually looks better of the two games. Really.
It does look alright. I'd play this. I think this would be good for a game night.
I think you might be right. Pretty worth it.
I mean, if everyone installs it. We'll
Laser League's the one I'm excited for, if I'm honest.
It's like lasers.
It's like a
top-down of lasers.
Yeah, it's got Tron crossed with Video Ball vibes.
That's the one. That's what I'm thinking of, yeah. Yeah, it does look pretty cool. We'll definitely have to give this a bash, the old either versus or co-op or whatever modes it's got. Should be pretty interesting. I'm going to say overall, pretty fucking wank this month. As
On
is
both
tradition.
counts, I'd say.
Man. I don't think there's any clear winners. Overcooked just because I'm a massive fan, but I mean that game's well old because the second one's out already. So,
I mean, the thing that I would say about the Xbox lineup is if the highlight is the 360 game, then that's probably not great.
yeah, it's not great.
Surely your Xbox One, your current gen title should trump the 360
Yeah,
title in
everything
terms of
else,
excitement factor. Then again, PS4. I mean, Friday the 13th is a relatively recent modern game. I think that probably takes it.
I'd say so. It's probably the biggest game there, which is a shame because Friday the 13th isn't a big game.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
last month it was Destiny 2. Fucking what a game.
There you go. So, yeah, with that fresh in your mind, you got to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt for the month following, I think. But, yeah, we'll try. I mean, the fact that I want to play Friday the 13th and Laser League. And,
that helps.
And The Bridge and Read Only Memories, there's, whereas...
Yeah, whereas I don't want to play any of those games on Games for Gold. Like, no.
No, not really. So those are your games for gold, your PS Plus. Also out this week, we have Forza Horizon 4 on Xbox One and PC, a game that I would love to own if I had an Xbox One.
Looks very good.
Looks lovely. Set in fictional England this time, which is kind of cool. Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise arrives on PS4. This is a shite-looking beat-em-up.
Yes.
Sort of semi-open world, ridiculous combat.
Yeah.
Crap
Sounds
graphics.
good. Yeah.
Mega Man 11, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. It's Mega Man. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. That's out this week. Imagine if anyone cared.
I forgot about this game.
I don't give a shit about it. Super Mario Party's coming to the Switch.
I'll back that up.
There you go. WWE 2K19 or Lootbox Wrestling Simulator 2018.
Yes, wrestling.
It's coming to... I see there's a special Ric Flair steel case edition of that for £150 on game.co.uk.
Fucking sign me up. I will
Special
buy
times. I'd encourage the fans of the WWE 2K series to take a look or maybe have a little word with the fans of the NBA 2K series and find out whether you think that that's a good idea at this point. And finally, buddy, The Midnight Sanctuary arrives on PS4, PC, and Switch this week. It is a weird Japanese graphic novel. I watched the trailer for this game and I'll never be the same again. So make of that what you will.
I'll take a miss then. I don't think my small brain can take that kind of punishment then.
Bizarre stuff. Very strange.
Cool. I love it.
And that is out this week. And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Fuckwit Corner with Funk. Fuckwit Corner with Funk. He's got some questions for Funk.
Has he got any questions?
He's got some bits. A couple of these pieces from the Funk and the Octo Pizzle later on are a little bit outdated, but that's because of the problems we had last week with the recording, meaning that we kind of had to postpone that end section as we cleared off 12 and it was kind of game over. So Funk's got some very brief impressions on the Black Ops Black Cow, which we were talking about last week. He says, Black Ops really impressed me. If I wasn't effing off, it would be a day one purchase all day long. Probably a bit out the window, but would it have been Dead Island Syndrome? No. No, it wouldn't. It's a Call of Duty game.
It's too much of a big game, yeah.
Can't be. It can't be. It's not coming out to November either, so it couldn't possibly have been. I think we've talked about this a little bit before, some on the podcast, some off the podcast, and some on last week's podcast that we lost. And we looked through the listings, and I think we decided if there was one this year, which there kind of wasn't really.
No.
It's probably Norman Sky.
With its next update.
Yeah, No Man's Sky next update, and also launched on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
It topped the charts. It was all everyone was talking about for a couple of weeks. It rose up the Steam rankings again, and
Big time, yeah. It was there for quite a while.
like I follow a lot of geeky YouTube channels, and all of them were doing Let's Plays of it. And that's kind of a telltale sign. That's exactly what happened with Dead Island when that came out. So, yeah, I think No Man's Sky, despite the fact that obviously the original game launched a couple of years ago.
Everyone fucking lapped it up.
They did, very briefly, and then no one was talking about it again about 2 weeks later. So it's absolutely prime Dead Island syndrome. But, I think we basically had already confirmed that if Funk wasn't heading off on his travels, then we probably would have been picking up COD on day one as well. And as it is, he'll be back early next year, and by that point it'll probably have dropped down a fair old way. That's probably how it's going to go.
I think so.
He also said, good work on the Mantis Burn server thing. Looking forward to giving it a go on game night. I like the shooty style top downs, but I do prefer the straight racer with a boost style. Little Racer Street was a fucking classic. Yeah, I'm kind of with him on that. I love the sort of pure racing that you get with something like Mantis Burn.
Yeah.
Nitrous is cool as well. I mean, Blaze Rush is kind of its own animal, isn't it, really? It's
yeah, it's more like, not like Mario Kart kind of esque of thing, but in a way, with your different power-ups and things. But I think that the fact that it's like such quick races as well, because obviously we always play Deathmatch, which is, you're racing away from a massive meat grinder that's chasing you down. So
it only lasts like 30 seconds or something.
Exactly. And it's just like tense from the get-go, because if you fuck it straight away, you are fucked. But sometimes you can get in some really good rallies, and with the speed boosts and stuff, you can like swing it around here and there. Yeah, it's good. It's cool. But yeah, totally different games. Mantis Burn and Blaze Rush or whatever.
Yeah, I suppose it was Micro Machines, wasn't it? It was the kind of maybe Super Off-Road.
Super Off-Road, what game?
Yeah, there's something about those top-down races I've always been a fan my whole life.
I just love it. I love it. They're so good. It's like fucking playing Micro Machines. Like, it's like when you were a kid and you played with toy cars and you used to pull them around with your hand and, whatever. It's cool. Or like radio-controlled cars. Like, you build a circuit and then drive the radio-controlled car around it and try and make some jumps and shit. Being
Absolutely.
a kid.
Yeah. No, it's back to a simpler time, and it's kind of underrepresented as a genre, I think, as well.
Yeah.
You think, like, we haven't had many that are sort of straight racers. Mantis Burn's the only one that springs to mind, really. The rest of them
are to be honest, there's nothing else. Well, Micro Machines is there, but fuck that. Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a racing game when it launched anyway. There's just all stupid, like, party mode stuff rather than...
Yeah, exactly. That's not what you want, is it?
Nope. So, yeah. Thanks very much for that, Funk.
Every week we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the jfgpodcast@gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk. And now it's time for JFG Street Beat.
You got a question we wanna know. Street Beat. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. So hit us up to be on the show. Street Beat. The JFG Street Beat.
Street Beat.
We wanna know.
Get on the door.
No, we've got the friendly neighbourhood Octopizzle on the show,
8
buddy.
times the pizzle, yeah.
It's once, twice, 8 times the pizzle.
Nice, I like it.
Yeah. And he says these things. Firstly, he mentions the two things that the Funk was talking about. Great hard-hitting journalism on Mantis Burn. Keep those fuck knuckles honest.
Gibbons.
Does your enjoyment of Black Ops Black Cow make it a day one purchase for you? They tend to hold their value, and if you leave it too long, you risk Titanfall 2 syndrome, where the ability gap is huge. Obviously, we're just saying we're gonna leave it. He is right though. it's a gamble because I just think combat's slightly less important on a battle royale game because you're going to spend a lot of your time hiding anyway
in a bush.
Yeah, and if you've done it right, then as a team you can overwhelm another group of players.
Yeah, exactly. If you can all stay together, then yeah, fingers crossed you only come up against like a 2 or a 3 or a 1. At the end.
Like certainly
good.
With Titanfall 2, that is a big issue. We just aren't good enough because we haven't played it enough, and lots of people have been playing it for a very long time. But I think picking up Black Ops in like February, or if it goes to the January sale. Then those sort of 3 months or so. I mean, it's even less than that. It's mid-November this game launches. So
yeah, exactly. It's not going to be a massive difference, is it?
I think we'll be okay. As we said, we probably would have picked it up if Funk had stuck around, because he's a mainstay of game night and kind of a guarantee. So yeah, probably would have done. But we are going to pick this up, and I don't think it's going to be as big an issue. Obviously, it will be on the standard like team deathmatch and everything. We'll probably suck balls at that, but to be honest, I can't really see myself playing that over the battle royale mode, having actually got stuck into that for a week.
That's true. Could happen.
Don't really see it, but never know. It's there if you want it, isn't it?
The zombies.
I've never liked the zombies.
No, it's bad.
Never really understood the zombie mode.
No, I don't get it.
I suppose it's just horde mode, isn't it? But
yeah, but shit.
My favourite horde mode was always Gears of War. The early
They were
ones.
good horde modes. They were very, very good.
Plonk shields down and shit and just sit in a little death room. Try and get to level 50.
And you're good.
Gibbons. The other one from PJ is this. He says, is there anything on the VR horizon which has got Alex excited or might make Ash jump in on that?
I can't afford it. Moving house twice in a year kind of takes the fucking money out of your wallet and throws it in a bin, then sets it on fire, and then you just watch it burning and you're just crying, thinking, why haven't I got any money? Oh, that's right, because I've just put it in a bin and set it on fire.
It can happen.
Yeah. Sad face.
You've got to prioritise, haven't you? You're talking about picking up a monitor. And that's something that you will use all the time rather than some of the time.
Exactly.
I mean, it's getting low now. The VR prices have gone down.
Yeah,
massively.
I keep seeing it. I'm like, maybe I might get it as a treat at some point, but I can't really see it anytime soon, which is a shame.
I think it needs to get to the point where you could pick up just the headset on its own for like, I don't know, 140 or something, and then
and then pick the rest up wherever.
You've got a load of games already, and you just
exactly. I don't need to get any of that shit, do I? Literally, I just need to get the games and the peripherals and stuff, and then I'm all good.
I think I've got the spare camera, haven't I, somewhere?
There you go. So I just got to get the magic ones.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
I just get a couple of torches with some different coloured bulbs.
That'll
Same
do,
thing
yeah?
in it.
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah, just LED torches, perfect.
Yeah.
In terms of reasons to be excited, I've picked 4 of the best upcoming PSVR titles for your listening pleasure, buddies.
Let me know.
First one being Blood and Truth, which is the London Heist follow-up, which was more of a demo of a selection of different things. This is supposed to be the full-blown campaign. I've heard some slightly concerning things about this from people who've played it, like builds of it recently, saying that it's perhaps not quite as interesting as it was originally anticipated. I'm not really sure. This is London Studios. They kind of set themselves up specifically to make VR games, and they've been working on this for a really long time. I'm hoping that we see a bit of this, as I said, when sort of Paris Games Week comes along and the PlayStation experience and so on. But there's no denying, in terms of like the demos that you got with the VR headset, that was the standout. Was like
definitely
like the Uzis going along the freeway, and that whole thing where you're sitting in the pub with the dude, and then you're kind of being tortured and stuff is pretty cheesy, but in a cool way. So I liked that.
You would think the next iteration of that game would be pretty fucking special.
You'd hope so, because they captured a real nice mood. Graphically, it's one of the best looking VR games actually in the headset. So yeah, I'm kind of expecting big things from that. It was kind of the big one when I bought the thing. Also, Deracine, which is
Deracine.
I think it's from the Dark Souls guys, and it's some sort of like wander around RPG type thing, story driven. It looks very, very cool. It looks just incredibly immersive, but not cheap in a sort of jumpy kind of way. Deracine is like a person being displaced from their existing environment. I think that's what it kind of is roughly translates to.
Okay.
But yeah, that looks really nice, and also really pretty sort of art style and graphics for VR that you kind of take for granted that it might be a bit washed out, a little bit low res, but this really looks the business. Firewall 0 Hour, which I think is out now.
Is that the shooter?
It's a tactical shooter, like a cover shooter. It's kind of supposed to be VR's answer to Rainbow Six, like Vegas. Works with the Farpoint sort of assault rifle gun thing, the white thing.
Another one. Yeah.
This has had rave reviews across the board. Apparently, this is where it's at in terms of VR shooting. It's impressed a lot of people. I've read some really exciting sort of previews of it where people have been going mad for it, and more importantly, it's got that sort of T-Hunt thing going on. It's got co-op modes. It's got team deathmatch and attack and defend. It's got all of that shit, and apparently works very, very well. So
nice.
You've got all your movement on the gun, so you can kind of move around. Yeah, that looks really cool. And finally, Beat Saber, which is one of these sort
Star Wars Guitar Hero.
Yeah, Star Wars Guitar Hero. It does the thing that sort of stuff like Rez does, where you've got beats on a track and you've got to kind of hit them at the right moments, except you use the VR wands for this and you're dual wielding lightsabers. So you sort of...
This sounds like fun.
It's like drumming, really, but sort of standing up. So you kind of... The beats are all kind of coming towards you, and you could slash in different directions to take the beats down. And you're kind of beating along with the music as well. It looks like a lot of fun.
I always
very satisfying.
beat along with the music, buddy.
It's...
Always.
It looks cool, man, doesn't it? It looks really good, this.
No, yeah, it does. It does look very cool. It's something that I'd definitely like to give a go. And it's exercise, buddy, which is a added benefit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're into that sort of thing, which everyone should be.
Yeah, but sitting around
playing
games, much better.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a few little titles to wet your whistle. That's kind of they're the ones that I'm kind of most excited for going forwards. But I've been playing a fair bit of VR recently.
Getting stuck back in. I like it.
It's got lots of stuff to play through. Been enjoying. I really like that Ultra Wings just flying about, but also that static as well. That stuck in a box with your hands thing, where you've got to kind of work out all the puzzles by pushing different buttons on the controller to unlock different sections of this box until eventually you sort of free your hands. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Decent. It's decent, buddy.
Nice.
They're all sitting there for you if you do ever get the headset.
One day.
Indeed. So yeah, thanks very much, PJ. So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 182 of the podcast. What a time it's been. What a time. What a time.
Best time.
The time. The best time.
It was the best of times, because it was the best of times.
Hopefully it recorded all right, buddy.
I'm looking at the stats now. They're matching up. So fingers crossed when I stop it, it won't fuck up. But who knows? I don't feel like doing it again.
What are we going to play now?
I don't know.
Well, let's just get on.
Alienation.
Ponce about on the store for a bit, see what happens.
Yeah,
see who's online.
probably.
That sort of thing. Stuff like that.
See what happens. Okay. I'm up for that.
Beautiful. Well, thanks so much for joining us again, buddies. We will catch you next time. Until then, I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Oh yeah, cheers then. You've been listening to the JfG podcast with Ash and me, Alex. You can find us at www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk, where you'll also find our Discord and Street Beat if you want to get involved with the show. Our Facebook is /the JFG Podcast, and our Twitter handle is @the JFG Podcast. We're on all those video streaming sites too, buddies, from TubeTube to twitch.tv /the JFG Podcast to mixer.com, aka beam.fucking-pro. We've got a PS4 community you can join, just search the JFG Podcast on there, and we're also on Google Plus if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. We'll catch you next time.